The Gallery That Paints You. A true horror story. Welcome to SK Horror. When David Carter, a curious freelance photographer from Oregon, discovers a hidden art gallery deep in the woods of a quiet Pennsylvania town, he uncovers more than just paintings. He finds cursed portraits that change, watch, and eventually replace you. Each step he takes brings him closer to an unspeakable truth. The gallery chooses its subjects and never lets them leave. Have you ever looked at a painting and felt it was staring back? In a forgotten gallery tucked away in a quiet American town, art doesn't imitate life, it steals it. This is the horrifying story of a man who found a gallery that paints your soul before it traps it forever. David Carter received a cryptic email with no subject line. The message was simple. They're painting people again. Come to Black Hollow Gallery. Midnight. Alone. Attached was a low-resolution photo, a blurry painting of a man with no eyes. David traveled to Elm Ridge, Pennsylvania, a forgotten place on the edge of deep forest land. No one had heard of the Black Hollow Gallery. Locals stared at him coldly when he asked. He found the building deep in the woods, abandoned on the outside, pristine on the inside. No dust, no cobwebs, just canvas after canvas, portraits of people screaming, some with smeared faces. One of the paintings whispered to him, "I remember you." David backed away. The voice came from inside the frame. The painted eyes blinked. The gallery door slammed shut. No matter how hard David pulled, it wouldn't budge. He was trapped. Behind him, the lights flickered on, painting by painting. He saw faces in the artwork that resembled missing persons from unsolved cases, including a teenage girl last seen 7 years ago in New York. Her painting had fresh tears. In the center of the gallery stood a large portrait of a man holding a brush. But his face, it shifted as David stared at it, as though it was being repainted in real time. David heard muffled cries coming from one of the frames. He leaned in, and the canvas screamed. Loud, wet, human. Blood dripped from the edges. In a back room, David found an old sketchbook. Pages filled with phrases. "I don't paint them. They paint themselves. They beg me to finish. The gallery feeds on attention." Names were crossed out violently. When David tried to take a photo of one of the paintings, the image disappeared from his camera. When he looked back at the frame, his own face had started appearing. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He answered. A raspy voice whispered, "You shouldn't have come. You're already halfway done." David stumbled into a mirror and froze. His reflection was off. His eyes were empty. His mouth was melting. He wasn't looking at himself. He was looking at a portrait version of himself. His fingers were stained, not with dirt, but oil paint. But he hadn't touched anything. Had he? Behind a false wall, he discovered a child-sized room, crayon drawings of screaming adults. One said, "He paints us while we sleep." He smashed a window. It repaired itself with canvas threads from the wall. The gallery wouldn't let him leave. It was alive and hungry. He heard a voice calling from beneath the floorboards. Another trapped soul. Don't let it finish your portrait, she warned. Once it does, you're inside forever. A portrait on the wall began breathing. The canvas pulsed. David reached out and felt warm skin beneath the brushstrokes. It whispered, "Finish me." It whispered, "Finish me." Chapter 18. The Painted World. He tripped and fell into a canvas. On the other side was a twisted gallery, inverted, dark, filled with screaming painted souls pounding against their frames. David saw himself on a pedestal. A canvas of his body hung above, a dark figure painted furiously. With each stroke, David lost feeling in his limbs. The final moment came slowly. David screamed as paint filled his lungs. His body became stiff. His mouth froze open. He had become the latest masterpiece. Now the painting of David Carter sits in the gallery, smiling, waiting, eyes following you as you leave. If you ever find yourself near Elmridge, Pennsylvania, and you see a sign that says, "Gallery ahead," turn back, because once it paints you, it never lets go. If you enjoyed this terrifying story, don't forget to like this video, comment your scariest art-related nightmare, share this with a friend who loves horror, and subscribe for more terrifying true internet tales. Thanks for watching SK Horror. Sleep tight if you can.